So speaking of another cinema topic, okay, did you see Alec Baldwin? He was filming a movie called Rust, and he fired a gun on set that killed somebody. Um, and they they went to prosecute him, and that case recently got dismissed. Anybody
Yeah.
familiar with that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
That just
That
sounds like it couldn't have been an accident.
you want to run with it for a bit, Kelly?
Yeah. So, well, yeah. I mean, from what I heard, so when I heard it, I instantly went to Brandon Lee when he got killed on set, doing the Crow movie, and he was big. Obviously the son of Bruce Lee and shit. That was big news. And I think it happened one other time, but I know that the Brandon Lee one is the one I know the most. But yeah, supposedly, you know, the prop guy. I'm not sure if they just left some of the shell in it, not the full shell. And those, blanks, they projectile, right? They shoot projectile out, but it's not supposed to be enough to go through. I heard those guns aren't clean, and it's really on the prop guy. And they wanted to blame Alec Baldwin because you need to be not so reckless with it. I think it was in the manner he picked it up, and he was kind of shooting it off without, playing with it without. I don't know. It was something like that they were trying to
Yeah.
prove.
So they were trying to make an example out of him.
Yeah.
This whole he was the producer and everything on the movie, so he was the top guy of the production. It was his thing. So
Okay.
they were trying to make a point of there's no special treatment around here.
And he killed two people, right, or one?
I thought it was one.
Because I know he shot two people. I don't know if the girl. I know one was because it was the camera person and it was the director right behind him. So I heard it shot both of them. I don't know if they both died.
I don't recall hearing that, but you could be right. But
Yeah.
what I did hear about this is that, first of all, they were trying him for murder. Okay, and hearing no other details other than what we've said right now, that's not murder. Okay, murder's with intent. That's manslaughter. That's an accident.
Yeah.
So get your charge right. That's the first issue that they had. Secondly, it came out that the armorer who is responsible for these weapons on set, they bring the guns in, they clean them, they load them, they control the ammo, they modify them. That's their job. They're 100% responsible for it. The issue is that Alec Baldwin allowed this armorer to get real loosey-goosey with the guns on set. They would load the guns with real rounds, live rounds, after shooting and fire them on set while getting tipsy after filming. Which led to, and they did a test, and I can't remember the exact number, but it was like 3/4 of the rounds that were found on set on prop bandoliers and in prop guns were live rounds. Like it was really bad. It was really bad. That it was an astronomical amount of number that rounds that were found that were not blanks.
That's a lot of negligence,
A lot of negligence.
And so here's the thing, like you said, his intention wasn't to kill anybody. So life in prison or something like that for murder. I mean, I don't see that, but something about that negligence though. And listen, the death of that one person or two people, I can't remember, but even just the one person, that's gonna live with him for the rest of your life. I don't care who you are.
Right.
You can be the most gangsterest dude in the world. He'll never forget himself.
Right, because he didn't mean to do it. Yeah, exactly. That's going to tear him up. And, a lot of people were like, oh, well, he should have, because I guess he was trying to nickel and dime the production, and he went with a cheaper armorer, a less experienced armorer. And it's like, who cares? If you're a certified armorer, you're a certified armorer. Bottom line.
Right.
Okay.
I mean.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Alec Baldwin is definitely grounds for personal civil suit, for sure, for damages and just for his recklessness of not holding a tight ship on his production. But murder charge, get the fuck out of here. And if anybody should be getting charged, it's that it's the armorer.
Yeah.
Which
And
they didn't.
Yeah.
And why didn't they? Let me see. What gender was that armorer? Armorer on Rust set.
You said the gender?
Yeah, okay. So it says it's a female. Yeah. Hannah Gutierrez Reed. But it says pleads guilty in a separate case. Let's see. Let's read this. Alec Baldwin is guilty or armor on Alec Baldwin's Rust film. Pleads guilty to gun case in separate. It says pleads guilty to separate charge of carrying a gun into a licensed liquor establishment. So she didn't even get charged for this incident on Rust. And she got charged for something entirely different, which shows she's just a routine fucking knucklehead. And this is this was a perfect example of fight the war on guns and shit. And but the problem is they didn't use the right example. They tried to take Alec out versus her, because I mean, let's be real. You got a female Hispanic versus or who's not that wealthy versus a rich white male from Hollywood. Who are you going to target? This is in California, guys. Who do you think they're targeting?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they would have actually went after her, this girl who then not only didn't uphold the set standards, but also then went and fucking broke another fucking gun charge law, then maybe you could have had a fucking good argument against gun control. But you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't say I'm gonna punish the Hollywood elitists and let the minority go, but also try and use gun control. So they fumbled that bag really bad. They now you can't make an example of Hollywood or go against guns.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Drew? What do you think should be the outcome of that?
I mean, it sounds like it was her fault. I don't think you got to blame the person who's responsible for loading the guns, whether she's a fucking man or a woman. It's whoever's that. You can't fucking just blame like, if he isn't, there's people responsible for loading the guns. It's clearly their fault. Like, I mean, to me, you want to argue, there's no other argument. Like,
right. No,
it's plain and simple. Like,
I agree. It's the girl's fault. It's the girl's fault. I mean, there's negligence on, there are probably multiple people that just, were being lackadaisical, like you said. But at the end of the day, it was just an unfortunate accident, man. And prayers go out to the person who died.
But my thing is, like, why is there any live rounds on set?
Right.
Like, I mean, maybe I'm just ignorant to something, but I mean, is there a need for live rounds on the set?
No, it's like they were just popping shots on the off time, like when they weren't filming. Like,
I mean, you tell me these people can't get different guns, be like, mark a gun, be like, okay, we want to shoot some guns, have a little fun after we're shooting.
They're getting high on set. They're getting high on set, dude, too. I mean, come on, dude. Let's not pretend that, these aren't adults here. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers, especially you're telling me it's Alec Baldwin's the main producer of it and shit. I mean, dude, there's drugs on set. People were getting fucked up. There's alcohol. I mean, there was negligence, man, on the highest level. And 2 people lost their lives, or 1 person. I'm still not clear how many people died on it, but yeah, that's crazy, man.
Can you hear me?
Jack, you think he's free?
I can hear you, but I don't see you.
All right, that's fine. Don't worry about that. So yeah, Alec Baldwin's known to be a party guy on set, so they were definitely getting fucked up.
What is he? He's a producer, or what is he?
He's an actor, producer.
He's an actor. He's been around since like the 80s, man.
I've definitely heard of him.
Yeah,
I just don't know if I could pick him out of a fucking.
He's an elitist for sure.
He did the Trump impression on SNL that he got a lot of flack for and a lot of praise for at the same time.
Yeah, and let me plug my camera out and back in. The thing about it is the armor at the end of the day You signed that contract. It's your responsibility. You should have said, absolutely not. We need to lock up all the armory stuff for the movie completely first. If we're going to do this, we need to keep it completely separate. We can't use movie guns. I'll pull some guns out for my personal assortment if we want, but we have to do this properly, and then we have to once again properly clear the stuff out and clean it, or better yet, just say fuck that. You want to shoot? Let's go to a gun range. Let's go to the field. We live in California. Like I know y'all own property with acreage. You know, like at some point you got to take over and be like, I took a contract and this is my responsibility. And knowing that you've had a case like Brandon Lee before, that you should have that. That is like the biggest thing in your industry, you know. So I definitely think they screwed the pooch here. Alec Baldwin should not have ever been charged. I do think he's going to have to and should pay out money in a civil suit. That woman should have been charged. Which
you think he should pay out?
Yeah.
Why him?
Because it's his set, and he allowed that behavior. He fostered that behavior and probably instigated it, rather than putting his foot down.
So is this like a company he hires as like the armorer? Like,
yeah.
I think in my eyes it's on them. But no, I feel like that's a suable offense.
When you're a producer and a director and stuff on the set, that's like saying, okay, you own a business, and you have a storefront, but you hire a contractor to do some construction work, and you see them shooting nail guns across the fucking business. You're not going to say, yo, what the fuck are you doing in my business? What if one of those nails flies out my front window and hits a pedestrian?
I mean, if I'm the
victim, I see your point.
If I'm the victim's family, I'm suing everybody I can that's involved.
Hell yeah, bro.
Like everybody's getting it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, you're right, man. No, it's tragic, man. It's fucked up. Hey, it's fucked up. Imagine doing a movie, man. Imagine making it that big, that far. You get to a fucking movie set and a fucking accident, man. You're dead. I mean, dude, you know what I mean? Like, it just goes to show you, man. Nobody's, above fucking, an accident, man. That Reaper.
Yeah.
Fuck.
To me, it almost seems like it. I mean, I guess like knowing like some of the stuff that you guys said about like they're shooting the guns afterwards, but it almost seems like it wasn't an accident.
That it wasn't, or was?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a conspiracy.
I mean, I don't think conspiracy. You could say that, but like I feel like you think about things, you gotta like look at things from all angles. Use your brain, look at it. But that's the way like my brain tells me. It's like maybe it wasn't an accident.
Well, the way they described it is that he was like, ha ha ha, oh, he was doing one of these. He was just loose with it, and it went off. That's how all the testimony states.
Yeah, I heard a conspiracy theory when it first came out that they were trying to set up Alec Baldwin because he had something to do with something behind the scenes, where it was with the Epstein or the Diddy or the Trump thing. Like, I did hear about that. I heard they tried to set him up so he could go to jail. But, that was the conspiracy shit. The fact that they dismissed it, maybe they put him through enough.
One person were to say, I think he has so-and-so motive, they wouldn't have dismissed it.
Right.
They would have argued that motive.
Of course.
But that's because nobody went on record and said he purposely
showed
any intent of motive.
And that's if we're assuming that the court trial was even real and not just a staged event.
That's a conspiracy.
Because it's Hollywood anyway, and they show you what they want to show you. So, and I guess what? And when that movie Rust comes out, everybody's gonna go see it, and it's gonna fucking probably make $100 million at the box office. So,
Rust. Let's see if it even picked up back filming. Release. I'm gonna check it right now. Rust release.
I mean, if you think about it, it's the best promo you could have.
All right, Vince McMahon.
It's not. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Ooh. It drew attention.
Okay, so it is set to debut in November of 2024. I don't know if this is accurate because they may have canceled it afterwards, but it is saying that it is airing. They did do, and I mean, The Crow ended up getting put out too, so I'm not sure why this wouldn't. Especially after he was cleared.
Well, fun fact: The Crow, the way they shot that movie, the scene he died in was literally the last scene they filmed with him in it. So that's weird too. You know what I mean? So
kind of like, oh, the movie, the film's still there. Yeah, but that was like The Dark Knight. You know, they were able to get the whole movie out before he died.
Oh,
kind of weird that it works that way. Yeah, with Heat.
I thought Heath already was done with that movie. He already did he was making that other movie. Because everyone thinks that's his last movie, but he actually did one more movie. Yeah. And I heard they had to get somebody to finish that one, right?
Yeah, and another one is Paul Walker. They really had the whole movie filmed except for that one final scene that they had
and I heard they did a few
on
yeah,
the beach.
Yep. They did some CGI.
But they added that scene after he died because they were like, okay, well, he's not gonna be in the next movie, so let's do a wrap up scene, and we'll have his brother, and then we'll CGI his face over it. But he had actually just finished filming the entire movie.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Conspiracy? No,
hey, Hollywood, man, think about it, bro. I mean, they're so powerful. They live in your psyche. You know what I mean? They make personalities out there, bro. I mean, you know, people watch movies sometimes and act like that person for the rest of their life, bro. You know? I mean, fucking Hollywood is dangerously powerful, and I wouldn't. You know what? If I was I just wouldn't put it past anything, man. Stranger things have happened. You know.
Yeah.
If I want to sell a movie,
he's back on SNL too already. It says.
Oh, Baldwin?
Yeah, Alec Baldwin makes comeback on Saturday Night Live after Rust movie set shooting scandal.
Is he doing Trump?
He's doing something political because
it's got to be Trump.
Old girl it's not Trump actually because he's got. No? I see a picture of it. Hold on. Old girl's got Maya Rudolph is doing Kamala, so he was playing Bayer. Who the fuck is Bayer?
Oh, why would they have him as Bayer when he just did Trump for like 4 years?
Oh, the guy from Fox News. So they were doing they were reenacting the Fox News interview where she bombed hard.
Yeah.
You guys heard about that? She did a one where Fox News had to like edit it before they released it because it was just so terrible.
Yeah, I seen one of the questions on there. He straight called her out on it. Well, he straight called her out on one of the questions. Oh
no, you know what? I'm mixing the two. This was Fox, so it's a Trump. They follow Trump, so he straight called her out on it. The one that was edited and got caught editing it to make her look better was 60 Minutes.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, because those are Democrats.
Yeah, that's a CNN, CBS thing. But
yeah, I mean, we might have when is that election? November 10th, right? Do we figure out that's going to be
November
the new? 10th. Is that when we figure out that's the new one, right? That's the beginning of the term.
Like I said, the beginning of the end.
November 5th. November 5th is the election day, the polling day. We'll find out probably by sometimes it happens on the 5th, might be the 6th though.
So who's going to win?
Of who's going to win, and then they won't go in office till like January. But
who's going to win?
Trump.
I think Trump's going to win.
I think Trump too because they made him a martyr.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think that was staged too, but
I mean, I like his politics, but you know what? Me looking at the press and the media and how they made him the martyr, and they make her look like a stupid bitch.
Oh, that's because she is a stupid bitch. I mean, he is too. He's a ding dong too. Don't get me wrong.
I'm saying, but you could just see how they paint them both, right? Like,
yeah.
They she's a dumb bitch, doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Woman can't run everybody wants a woman president. They're making it look like a woman can't never run the presidency.
Yeah,
and Trump's a fucking
sentence.
and Trump's a fucking martyr. They put him in jail, and then they shot him twice, or 2 attempts, and he's a dog. Like so they turn him into Tupac.
And he's hilarious and shit. Yeah, people love him.
Yeah. So
didn't he say he was gonna do Joe Rogan?
Well, he's done Joe Rogan quite a few times, so probably.
I don't know if he's a few times. I don't think that's true.
Joe Rogan.
I know he's done at least one. I thought he did one.
Yeah, he did one in 2020.
Right.
I thought he did 2, but I could be wrong. But he's done Rogan before.
But this will be an epic Rogan again, though, if he shows up, because let's see what Rogan's, if he throws any softballs at him or if he just keeps it 100. I used to think Rogan only does 100 interviews. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen him do the Rock interview, and there was a lot of softball questions. And I love the Rock, but I'm just saying, I thought he would have asked him more. That whole thing was about wrestling.
Does The Rock have something going on that you think he should have asked about?
Well, at the time he did that. I think it was the hurricane or the volcano in.
It was the Maui thing, the Maui Hawaii volcano, and I like that episode. They talked a lot about cars, working out, fighting, wrestling, but they did talk about some things where they brought it up, and Joe was calling out the politics about not taking care of Maui and stuff. But the problem is, the controversy about Rock around that is they expected The Rock to do more. Why?
No, I think it was the audacity. I think it was more about audacity. You came on there with Oprah. You got 2 fucking billionaires telling me to donate.
Yeah, but Rock's donating, and he's got a foundation, and he's done more than our own government has.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with the government, though, because of how bad our economy is. At the time, they were like...
Have you guys heard about the conspiracies on that, Maui?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one I do believe.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. All I know is for a fact that North Carolina, Maui, we ain't getting shit taken care of by our own fucking government.
Right.
But that's the thing is,
that's par for the course.
They're not. Joe Rogan's not going to throw curveballs at Rock over that stupid shit because he views that controversy. Their take on him is, "Oh, don't come on here telling us donate money when you're a billionaire." It's like he's not. He doesn't have a problem with that. So and Rock is actually what I gather from that interview is that the Democrats tried to have Rock run for president, and he turned him down because he's actually a fucking Republican.
Yeah.
That's what I got from that.
So, yeah. So, my thing is, I know who will never do Joe Rogan is Kamala.
Hell no. He'll burn her ass.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys see Trump? He did McDonald's today. He went and worked McDonald's for 15 minutes because Kamala said that she used to work at McDonald's, and he goes, "Well, I'll tell you what, I've looked at your records. You've never worked at a McDonald's in your life."
Never is. She's a liar.
Yeah, and I'm going to go and work 15 minutes more than you at McDonald's. He was actually serving up fries.
And she's not from the middle class. She was always rich and wealthy.
Hey, this guy Trump, man, he's a fucking entertainer.
Yeah,
man.
He goes to the grocery store and buys popcorn and shit. He's funny as hell. No, I mean, I'm not voting this time because I'm a firm believer in I'm not going to vote for the lesser of two evils. I'm not going to vote on one person that I think's trash to keep another person I don't want in out. I feel like you got to earn my vote, and until more people do that and demand a better candidate, we won't get a better candidate. We got to break this idea of independents can't win. If the more people who say independents can't win, they won't win. The more people who say I'm voting independent, even if they lose, the more people will vote next year and the next year, and it'll snowball, and the independents will win.
Hey, listen,
even if they get close enough, they're going to be like, fuck, we got to give them a good candidate.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I've never voted in my life. I don't believe our votes even fucking matter, bro.
I mean,
And you know, people are gonna bash me over that and say all this blah 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 shit. But man, I've been here for
I
35
mean,
years. I done
but
seen it
most of
all,
those
bro.
people are them people bashing for that are gonna also be the ones who vote for a person they don't really believe are gonna be better just because they're a donkey or elephant or a red or a blue or a or I love LGBT or I love America. Like
I
So
they're
think
not.
I think
go
too
ahead,
many
dude.
people make a personality out of politics.
That's what it is, bro.
Like
It's all
it's their
show.
whole personality. Like I understand, like it technically should be the most important thing in our life, but that's assuming it's fair, and I don't believe it is. Like
Yeah, that's the least
why
important.
is there two parties, bro? Like
That's my
why
point.
why is there a party? Like what the hell?
I'm huge against the two-party system. I want to abolish the two-party system. I want to we got to vote independent to break it apart. It should be where we get 18, 20, 30 candidates. Who gives a fuck? Do your research, vote for the candidate, let them fucking struggle counting. Break the electoral vote. Fuck you mean take 3 months to count the vote. Who gives a shit? Don't allow donations. You can't from corporations. No corporation donations. None of that shit. That shit
I'll
needs
tell
to
you
go.
what. I'll tell you what. I'll vote for the motherfucker that says he ain't gonna tax our wages no more.
Yeah.
That motherfucker that shows up and says, you know what? We'll tax you on everything else, but your wages, anything you make, you go ahead and keep that. And
Yeah.
that's the guy I'm fucking gonna
Did you
vote
see
for.
that Trump actually said he's going to put overtime non-taxable?
Yeah,
That would be fire.
I'm
yeah.
not sure if he can make that happen, but if he does, that's
Hopefully.
fire.
No, fuck yeah, I'm all for it. I made more money with Trump in the office than I did with
Oh yeah.
Barack or Biden.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I could just break it down that simply. I'm still not going to vote, but I mean, if I had to, like, talk to somebody who was going to vote, I'd be like, Trump would be the better one to vote for.
Yeah. I and I voted for Barack and I voted for Sanders and then I voted for Trump on the second term when it was him and Biden because Biden was dog shit. And then and now this time I voted for RFK, or was gonna vote for RFK. And I didn't vote in primaries or nothing this year because I've been busy. But yeah, man, I'm not voting for nobody. If you're my candidate for that year is out, I'm out. I'm out with it. You're not entitled to my vote, bro.
I'm
Fuck you.
going Kanye this year.
Honestly, I was just gonna write in RFK just for the fuck of it.
Communism?
Kanye West, not communism, dude. Like, what was it? Like 5,000 people wrote in Kanye West last year or last election or some shit.
I
That was
was one of them.
hilarious.
I was one of them.
Did you for real?
No, I didn't vote.
No, that's funny as hell. Now,
I'm trying to be like Kanye, and I'm trying to buy the world. Try to buy planet Earth.
Yeah.
Speaking of world domination and buying the world, what y'all think about this whole Doom versus Kang situation in Marvel?